Welcome back to Steve's Small Engine Saloon.
Oh, I have really got to stop reading those Facebook groups, the small engine Facebook groups. Oh, they're so frustrating. Yesterday I was watching or reading one on Facebook, and there was a big argument between these guys on how many times when you're compression testing your small engine equipment, how many times do you pull the rope on there to get an accurate reading. They went from pull it till the needle stops moving. They went from that, and then guys chiming in saying, no, you only pull it 3 times. And then there was another guy who went on there, and this one confused me. He said, you guys are all wrong. You only pull it once because it has enough compression to start the engine on the first pull. So you only pull that thing 1 time. I don't even know what to say about that one. That's clearly wrong. But then the other guys who are saying to pull it only 3 times, a couple guys commented on there and said, Steve, 3 times because Steel actually has right in their documentation that it says pull it 3 times. Okay, so I don't agree with that. I think that, is that me pulling it 3 times? Is that you pulling it 3 times? Is that my daughter pulling it 3 times, my wife pulling it 3 times, or my great-grandpappy pulling it 3 times? You're going to get different compression readings on that. Everybody pulls something over harder or softer than other people. First of all, I highly doubt that Steel came out and actually wrote something down that said that, because of what I just said. It doesn't make any common sense at all. But if they did, I've never seen that document. I would love it if somebody would email me that so I can see it. I can't remember, my email address is at the bottom of my website, stevesmallenginesaloon.com. You scroll down to the bottom, email address is there somewhere. So go ahead and email me that. And even if you do, it kind of doesn't make any difference anyways, because if they did have that document, I think it would be a very, very old document. There's no way in today's day and age they would say that same thing. So the other one is keep pulling it until that needle stops moving. Now that is how you do it. You think about a riding lawnmower, for instance. I understand riding lawnmowers is a 4-stroke engine and chainsaws and all that 2-stroke engines. But on a riding lawnmower, it doesn't even have a pull start. So you put your compression tester on your riding lawnmower, you turn the key, and what do? You wait till that needle stops moving for an accurate compression test. You don't just hit that key a little bit and go, oh, that was about 3 pulls. It's just stupid. It's the same thing. Keep pulling it until the needle stops moving. Simple as that. I've got quite a few other videos. I put them all in a playlist. So if you go back to my playlists, it's called Compression Testing Playlist, something like that. I'll put a link for you in the description for that. I'll throw a link in the description for you for this Mightyvac Compression Tester 2. I go into detail about why this one works and why the automotive ones don't work, that kind of stuff. So go through that playlist and check some of those videos out. Okay, I hope I set the record straight, help somebody out again. Cheers, Steve out.